Yo, what's up, guys? I just got done watching this series on stream, G2 versus NRG, and honestly, some of the stuff that I saw in this game was like mind blowing. It wasn't even just bad, tier 2 bad. I've lost a Lotus game where I got blown out the same way, but the mistakes that I saw were actually insane from NRG. Like, it honestly makes no sense. I don't know what's going on, but it was like a full on win trade. It was so bad. So, first to start, there's so much I could talk about. But to start, you're going to see them sit here outside C the whole round to the point where they're using their Breach Sun Teo missiles for the first time. 40 seconds into the round, they could have done the same thing with their second set of Breach Sun and Tejo missiles, and this is going to play a huge factor in why they're dog shit at this map, because their openings aren't strong enough to get through this, right? If they had an opening that was strong enough, where they start 4 people towards C and then they can actually break through, and then they can reset the round, look to re-clear A, etc., that's how they need to play this comp. Right? They don't have a Viper wall to lurk A. They don't have a Cypher to lurk A. It's really hard for them to make progress on an A lurk without committing an Omen smoke there. And, that's going to be a factor in this entire matchup here. Another thing that we want to look at is that FNS gets full front B control on pistol round here, and he does nothing with it. He ends up just sitting here and doing nothing. He doesn't look to, to punish or rotate. He doesn't look to late lurk, anticipating his team to get into a C site post plant. And then also, after NRG gets the bomb down here, they have no plan for post plant. This is an on-the-fly CT fight here.
Oh wait, this could be explosive.
And it's completely dry.
Right now, they want to try and fight this one!
And they're doing this when the rechargeables here, these rechargeables are going to be back up in, 5 seconds. But yet they still just dry fight into CT here. So watch.
Oh wait, this could be
you can see,
explosive.
right? You can see right now, this turns green, right? Ethan's Breach Sun just turned green.
Right now, they want to try and fight this!
And now Brock's Tejo missiles, they just turned green. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because not only did they sit outside C this whole round, okay? Letting Leaf just hold this A line the entire round. Like, what the fuck are these guys doing? He's probably thinking, right? But they didn't even have a plan for C site. And even without having a plan, the plan that they made fucking sucked. If they wait 3 more seconds, they just play it safe, let the other team delay, and then wait for the rechargeables to come back up, they actually have a fighting chance in this round. But they don't even do that. FNS doesn't lurk properly. They don't get him off the A line. They don't have a good idea for C. What is the point in sitting outside C the whole fucking round if your C site idea is dog shit anyways? Like, they did all this sitting outside C the whole time just to fucking Breach Stun mount. The openings from NRG are so fucking weak. There's 0 chance they will win this map unless they fix it. Guys, if you want to win with this comp, this is what you need to do. It's okay for them to strong open C, but just do it at 140, right? Strong open right now. Do the Omen TP across. Strong open. Go breach full fucking util, by the way. I don't know what kind of crime is being committed here with, Ethan on both sides not buying full util, but whatever. And have a strong C-mount opening. Push them off. Get rid of all this bullshit here, okay? Push them off of C-mount, and then with your rechargeables or with your Tejo drone, look to re-clear the deep info line that you left open, right? So if you start C, right, then you can use the drone to go re-clear A in the mid-round, okay? And then vice versa. But these openings are so fucking weak, they don't do it a single round. Sorry for the flashbang there. But this is just the first round, right? This is just the first, so whatever. We witnessed some of the worst shit that I've ever seen in the 3rd round. So here,
want to make playing with this raise instead
you can see that NRG looks to try to make an adaptation here and actually start at 140, which they should have done on pistol round. But also here, again, we have no plan for this A line here. So once again, G2 is going to have this information deep on A. Again, just such a simple error. Then FNS, he actually goes for this peek into B site here. Now, he wins this fight, but this fight fucking sucked, okay? The fact that he went for this fight against an Omen, Yoru, Breach, Tejo comp is insane. Someone might be saying, oh, well, they kicked them today, right? So surely they're not trapping front B. Okay, what is this, like? Is this silver? Like, obviously, they could still be trapping B. Like, right now, imagine Jojima was on this wide angle, and he had an Omen blind ready here. Right? That is a trap step that could have been happening this round. That is likely happening this round. And he still takes the timing on an anti-bonus round. This is how you fuck up, because FNS's lurks don't correlate with the win condition at all. He just does random shit. It's insane. The whole series, he just does random shit on the lurk. It makes no sense. This is not a round where you need to be taking an aggressive line here, overextending yourself into, like, the line of sight of an Omen blind, or a trap setup. And then here, it gets worse. This gets so much worse here from FNS. So we speed up into C here, making progress. Again, we're not really looking to re-clear A for some reason, but, whatever. They look to speed up here, and look at the spot that FNS picks, okay? Again, they are in an anti-bonus round. That means that the enemies are converting their round 2 weapons into round 3, and they're looking to like get a lead off of that, and they get a huge economical advantage if they convert this round, and then they'll have ults leading into the subsequent rounds. But what FNS decides to do in the man advantage against an anti-bonus round, he decides that he's going to play a committed angle in this corner. Guys, you are never going to be committing to this fight with a rifle against a bonus with man up. If anything, he should have been spotting this, right? He should have been spotting the front B walk from here if he wants to hold this, right? Because he has the wall towards A. That would make sense. And then he can just back up, right? Maybe Thorns if they try to breach stun him and run him down, right? Maybe he plays Mound looking backwards. Maybe he plays anywhere on an info line. But hard committing to this dog shit angle is insane. But you know what? Let's just say he does commit to this dog shit angle, because it is dog shit, okay? Surely he has better crosshair placement than a fucking diamond player. I coach diamonds. This is the fact that this is VCT. This crosshair placement is VCT is fucking absurd. And it was like this the whole time. It's not just like he got caught off guard. Watch the clip. The whole time his crosshair placement's like this. He has the mechanical skill level of a fucking diamond player. Worse than that. This is VCT. This is the top of the fucking game. And this guy is aiming at Kevin Hart's chest, bro. Like, bro, what? How is this possible at this level, bro? Like, maybe in tier 3. Maybe if you see a tier 2 team just getting blown out and they're all off their game, maybe you'd see something like this. But coming from someone who people, like, put in the GOAT debate for IGLs, this is diabolical, bro. They don't know how to deal with a deep info line on Lotus. They're playing a comp that struggles with that, but yet they don't know how to hard open. They have a breach tail comp, and they don't have strong openings. FNS is lurking, but his lurks make no fucking sense. He's hard committed here. He was hard committed to the front B side on an anti-bonus, and he loses his team the round. Look. Dodgemo just retakes from flank. He gets fucked here. There you go. So, I'm just so confused on, like, what NRG had planned for this game. Their openings weren't good. They did not know how to get C mount control without over-investing. They never tried to, get C mount control and then re-clear. Even later in the game, whenever FNS tried to, like, mix it up into a double lurk. Okay, so this is, like, a bonus round here. Or I meant, like, a half buy. Let's look. So, eventually, they try to do some sort of, double lurk. I'll show you guys in a second. But let's take a look at this. So, the drone comes in behind FNS here, okay? And then he gets pushed. So, naturally speaking, what are we thinking? It's a B crunch, right? They're looking to punish FNS right now. It's a B crunch. We heard the drone behind us, okay? Now, granted, there is no one behind us, luckily. Okay, but let's just watch how FNS reacts to this. What are we looking at, bro? Just imagine that Tejo or Breach was pushing up, or Viper was pushing up with this drone. He's just dead. And you would think, oh, okay, maybe he situated himself? No. Bro, this motherfucker. What are you aiming at, bro? I don't get it. And at this point, he's like, oh, fuck it, dude, I'm just... Like, bro, it is so insane. And it doesn't stop there, bro. These guys will never re-clear anything this whole half. Spoiler alert, okay? Okay, so here's that double lurk that I'm talking about. But this double lurk is only good if these guys can actually break through, right? And push these guys back. Because then what could happen is they could have C mount control, plus they could have A control. Plus the presence that FNS defaulted front B earlier in the game, right? That conditioning that FNS is willing to fight front B. So NRG would end up with a lot of map control. They could set up the lurk to be productive. They could have mid-round reactions to either progress more onto C for information or double lurk onto A, look for a kill after faking C. All sorts of stuff that in IGL's playground. But their pack can't even get C mount. A full kit dump. They still don't end with C mount. It's like their openings are not strong enough to play this map. And then the double lurk, they take a timing, right? A little bit too early. You can see, it's just a good heads-up play from Leaf to spam here. It's off the drone. It's not random, right? That's just how it is. And they end with nothing. And once again, this was NRG the whole game. They never, had a hard opening somewhere, abusing their rechargeables, and then went back and re-cleared, right? It's always just randomly mixing in this lurk smoke, randomly mixing in, the front B lurk, and nothing makes sense. Like, the whole game. The whole half, nothing makes sense. So, let me know what you guys think about this. But honestly, this might be one of the worst performances I've ever seen from such a good team individually, if that makes sense. Of course, this could happen in, lower levels of Valorant. But this is the top of the top, bro. And the fact that they're playing like this is absurd. And this is their map pick, by the way. So, Yeah, let me know what you guys think.